13th, 2026 at 8. Both of those proceedings are in person.
And Your Honor, if I could address bond.
Yeah.
It's come to my attention that Mr. Evans has contacted the victim's listed number from his PIN in the jail about 10 times with 48 attempts. The most recent completed call was on March 2nd. So at this point, I'm going to ask for phone privileges and texting privileges to be revoked.
Your Honor, it's our information that he was making these calls in relation to DTE, his daughter, his stepdaughter, Cormora Evans, informed him that the family's DTE energy had been shut off, and he was making arrangements to have family member, his sister, Kathy Ann Evans, go over, pay the bill so that the services could be restored.
And it got cut back on.
And it was turned back on.
And Your Honor, I did want to note, in the one call I listened to, I did not hear mention of DTE. I also have concerns given that he had the violation when he was out of custody, said he was going there to help pay bills, is now in custody for this violation of the no contact order, was told not to contact her, and then was contacting her. At this point,
Well,
first time.
But
I'm unclear. Why would the
stepdaughter call him?
need to be contacted?
He was calling his stepdaughter. 313-756-0770
But the
for Mara Evans.
stepdaughter, are you saying it's a landline
It's
or is it a cell phone?
cell phone. It's her cell phone.
Whose cell phone?
It's her cell phone.
Her being who?
The daughter.
But that's not the number that was called.
That is the number that is called, Your Honor, and that was the number that's listed for the victim in the police report. And from the conversation, I'm not sure.
Yeah, ain't no shit.
But Your Honor, the stepdaughter informed him that they had $196 bill that was passed through services, electric services. I'm sorry, DTE was shut off, and the stepdaughter needed to
How
actually.
many calls were there?
10 completed calls, 48 attempts that were not completed.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't know that it would take 2 calls to do that.
Well, they had to go back and forth because
Oh, what?
the stepdaughter had to contact his sister, Kathy Ann Evans, who lives in Toledo, to come up and make arrangements for the payment. Kathy Ann Evans is his sister, 440-619-9656. She's helping the family out while he's incarcerated so that they can eat.
I keep all of that, but I'm just trying to, why is there going to need to be 40 attempts and 10 completed calls to get this accomplished?
I can't speak to that. All I can speak to is the urgency in his mind to keep the family, the utilities on. It's cold outside, Your Honor. They need gas for the stove.
It did get cut back on too, Your Honor. I was just trying to do the right thing, make sure everything was right. Even being in here.
He's trying to save his job at across the street. He's told he could still work at KFC. He saved money.
I get all of that, and I can appreciate it. And maybe if there had been 2 or 3 calls trying to get that arranged, one could do that. But was DTE mentioned in any of the calls?
I didn't get a chance to listen to all the calls, Your Honor. The most recent call I listened to was the one that occurred on 32, and that was mention of, you hurt me, I love you, things like that.
Well, today is the 9th. The DTE situation occurred around last Monday, the 2nd, Your Honor.
Yeah, but that's not what he's talking about when he's on the phone in that call.
And there were calls prior to
was-
32 days.
That was a different thing.
And Your Honor, we've had situations where people have been charged and they don't pay the bills. They don't pay the phone bill. They don't pay the rent, and the complaining witness gets evicted. So we have the reverse here where he's trying to do the right thing. He has $500.
That were the entirety of the subject matter of the calls. Okay. But that doesn't sound like that's the entirety of the subject matter of the calls. Also, just the number of the calls doesn't make any sense. And I think Ms. Zenda was saying that there are calls before that shut-off day.
Your Honor, I have calls on January 3rd. I have calls on January 6th, January 30th, February 1st, February 5th, February 16th, February 22nd, February 23rd, March 2nd.
And all payments,
Those can't all be about the DTE bill.
not just DT, rents, everything. I'm sorry.
His rent is $1,586 a month, Your Honor. And he's depleted his savings down to $500
Yes.
to try to keep the family
That's
afloat.
what I'm gonna do. If you want to bring it back by motion after you listen to all of the calls and are able to tell me that all of these calls, the subject matter of all of these calls involve bills or like, I will be more than happy to listen to that. But just from the brief statement by the prosecutor in terms of what was said, it doesn't sound like that was what it was about. And I'm talking, these can't be mixed messages. If he's talking specifically about bills, he's talking specifically about bills. And that one can look at. But if he's talking about other things, particularly things that may relate to the case or try to play on the emotions of the victim or anything along those lines,
Nothing like that.
it's
Let him talk.
Okay.
We have our chance.
not, I'm not going to be tolerant of that at all. So certainly I will hear it when you listen to them all. And you can give me a fuller explanation as to the entire contents of that. But at this time, I am going to order that the defendant's phone and texting privileges are revoked. Court calls case 2 versus Jeremiah Driscoll.
Haley said on behalf. Your Honor.
Ron Brown, appearing on behalf of Mr. Driscoll.
Just keep your hands out your pocket.
Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity. He was on the 1 o'clock docket, but I notified the court that he wanted to be heard in person. This is his chance to tell the court why he believes he's a good candidate for early discharge from probation.
Go ahead.
That's correct.
Go ahead.
Yes. Mr. Driscoll, state your name for the record, Judge.
I am Jeremiah Driscoll.
Thank you.
Here's a clear on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Driscoll is before the court for a review hearing. He did submit a request for an early discharge from probation. Mr. Driscoll has completed 12 months of a 24-month term. He has completed the domestic violence program, paid all of his fees, and is reporting as directed. I did reach out and speak with the victim in this case. She is supportive of the early release request. Probation would defer to the court as to the defendant's request. And has a statement for you.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I just want to say that I learned a lot over this year. I have no control over no situation that that's not me. Only thing I have control over is myself and no one else. And, taking the time out, sometimes you gotta just separate yourself. Just like even on social media, you got to separate yourself. You can't just be on there all the time. So, I learned a lot this past year, and I feel like that I just want to move forward, and keep making the best decisions.
So I'm not going to see you again.
No. Only time I might see you is on the internet. That's it.
That was fair. I wasn't asking for that, but I got it. Thank you. All right. Again, as I look through and I'm looking through the file, it is clear to me that, as you go through this, there was not one. And actually had gotten yourself to the point where each of the proceedings after the first one or second one, we were able to waive your appearance because you were doing so well.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor.
Through that. So, since the victim is also supportive of this call, I'm going to grant your request. I'm going to discharge you from probation with it and close this case out.
I thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I
Yeah.
He wants TV stars on signature.
Yeah.
Autograph. What's your autograph?
My autograph. I can't.
You are famous,
Oh, I'm not
Garner.
here doing my job. I just, but, okay.
Told you I'd get it.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Right. Court calls the case People versus Cat Robinson.
At least that's on behalf of you, Your Honor.
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, please state your name.
And Robinson.
Okay, this is that form I told you got to sign. Would you sign it for me? He's pleading as charged DV.
Plea form indicates that he's pleading to domestic violence and 93 day.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. All right. May I have this one?
Raise your right hand. You swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name, please.
And Robinson.
Sir, it is this court's understanding you're going to plead guilty to the charge of domestic violence. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
In understanding that, do you still wish to plead guilty to that charge? How do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Signed an advice of rights form, correct? Any question about those rights? Please look at paragraph 5. Those are your rights, which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
Probation.
Okay, we were on probation at the time of this offense?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You understand that if your entrance of a plea of guilty in this case could be a violation of that probation. You understand that? You understand that that court then could sentence you to the maximum allowable under those other charges. You understand that?
Yes.
And understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty to this charge.
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get, which is really nothing, to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
Doing this voluntarily
Yes.
and of your own free will?
Yes.
And also because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense? On the date of January 14, 2026, location of 3000 Carpenter Road in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. What'd you do on that date involving a Sharonda Stewart boss that makes you think that you're guilty?
I hit her.
Pardon?
I hit her.
You hit her? Pardon?
Yes.
All right. Who is she to you?
My girlfriend.
Girlfriend? And when you hit her, you did that intentionally? Pardon?
Yeah.
Well, you're shaking your head. I don't know. Did you hit her intentionally or was it an accident?
It was an accident, but
Well,
I hit her.
take it.
Okay. Can we set it for final settlement?
Absolutely. March 9. Jury final settlement conference in this matter will be set for April 10th, 2026